You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the 49ers and the Lions. I think a lot of us are kind of looking forward to what could potentially be a big matchup in the NFC playoffs. I did check the schedule. The Lions are not on the regular season schedule. I did think I'd look because, you know, the Vikings are this weekend. They're in the NFC North, so I thought, well, maybe. And there's no doubt that Detroit Lions team looks for real. And when you check out their grades, and we'll check it out, they look like they are going to be a formidable opponent. We figured the Eagles and the Cowboys will also be in the conversation later. Man, I got to tell you, Niners lost this past weekend. Eagles lost. But I don't think anybody thought anybody was going undefeated. I know I certainly didn't. So enter in C.J. Gardner Johnson, who is a safety, a defensive back. He played some right side linebacker a while back as well. Plays for the Lions now, and some have called him a bit of a mercenary. But he went after Deebo Samuel. Now, Deebo Samuel's listed as a wide receiver, but we know he's sort of a Swiss Army knife for this 49ers high-potent offense. You could certainly notice that he was not in the lineup the other day when CMC and he went out, and for a little while, Trent Williams, and of course they dropped the game to the Browns, who have a very damn good defense, the number one scoring defense in the league. Well, C.J. Gardner Johnson is run his mouth, and Deebo has answered back, and it's gotten a little ugly, really from both sides. But from Deebo, well, it took even a further step. And you guys know I'm a Niners fan. I'm going to tell you, when I really went to pull up Deebo's stats, I was like, yikes. Between last year and so far this year, I mean, he's been a weapon, but nothing like 3 years ago. And you got to wonder, is there going to be a bounce back there? You would think Brock Purdy could get him the ball pretty consistently. So let's get to this. Oh, man, this is wild. Detroit Lions safety C.J. Gardner Johnson isn't mincing words regarding his ongoing feud with San Francisco 49er wide receiver Deebo Samuel. Back and forth shows no signs of cooling down as Gardner Johnson took to Instagram Live to express his eagerness for a potential face-off with the receiver and the 49ers. And he's pretty outspoken anyway. But what got this fired up and started was that pregame confrontation between the Browns, Deebo, Trent Williams, and this was what we're talking about right here. I'll just bring this video up and we'll play it very quickly. And this went mega viral, 17 million views on it. Right there, the Niners coming through. Deebo gave a headbutt in there. And then my boy Trent Williams, who is from right here where I'm at, literally. And I know Trent a little bit. I knew his dad pretty well, too, because we all went to the same gym together here in town. And let's put it this way. Trent was a monster beast at 13 years old. I kid you not, like 6'3". He was a big boy back in the day. So there was that. And Gardner Johnson, well, he tweeted out, you see Deebo run, typical wide receiver behavior, and then act like you're hard when Trent comes to save him. That's funny. I mean, that is funny, okay? I don't care if I'm a Niners fan or not. That is funny. So, my goodness, both teams sitting at 5-1 records. The 49ers and Lions could be headed towards a postseason clash. It's unknown if Gardner Johnson would be part of that potential matchup. The safety suffered a torn pectoral during a Week 2 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. The Lions are hopeful for the possibility of a return this season. So we don't even know, and it looks like Deebo's coming back. By the way, it looks like all three of them are probably coming back this weekend against the Vikings. I saw that. So C.J. Gardner-Johnson has come out. He's made an IG Live, and we'll listen to what this says. Look, the one thing I'm going to say is if you're going to talk shit, how about you be in the lineup, okay? In other words, look, you're hurt. Nobody can help that you're hurt, and I get that. But if you're not even able to play right now, no, I'm probably not hitting the video and talking shit about somebody that you may not even get to face this year if you can't make it back. So that's a tidbit there, all right? And then we'll look at both of these teams.
Another thing, bro, listen, don't be friendly when you see me. Because you be so flashy. You better hope, bro. You better hope all that talking you be doing when we see y'all, whatever round it may be. Because I can guard you. You can't run routes. You're a running back. You're a running back. You know, I ain't going to sit here and play with you, little boy. Just because you got a little bag, people gave you a little clout, man, you ain't nothing, bro. Stop playing.
He said, you ain't nothing, bro. Stop that. Stop playing. He said, you can't run routes. He called him a running back. He called Deebo a running back, and we know Deebo is a dual threat. And that's what makes him so dangerous, all right? So, Deebo said this is comedy, but it takes a turn. Catch me off the field because you barely on the field. He knocked him for being hurt. Or bouncing around on different teams. He's saying you're going to have to talk to me off the field because you can't even get on the field to play because you're hurt or you're playing the role of mercenary. And look, I'm just going to be real. He's sort of a mercenary. New Orleans Saints, 1 year with the Eagles. By the way, CJ led the NFL in interceptions last year and then only 2 games this season. You know, he played right side linebacker, by the way, with the Saints in that last season there. Just looking at the size here. 5'11", 208. I mean, what's Deebo? 6 foot 215. Deebo's bigger than C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And in case you're wondering where they stack up just from the perspective of where they're at right now, I mean, Deebo's 48th in the league with 20 receptions, 39th in receiving yards, 45th, tied for 45th in touchdowns. And CJ, when he was playing, well, he was thrown at 4 times and gave up 3 receptions. Yikes, that's not great. 13 tackles, and both of them are, 76th, 80th, 66. Not overly impressive while he's been healthy. But this is where things get interesting. Let's look at the teams between these two. 4th in scoring. That's the Lions, 168 points. 4th, 5-1. Points allowed, and look, their defense is pretty good. They're 11th in defense out of 32 teams, 113 points allowed. They just beat Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, who have been a real solid team this year. So the Niners, they're 2nd in defense, points allowed. That's my favorite stat on defense, by the way. 2nd in all the league. The Browns, who just beat them, are 1st. And then they're 2nd in points scored, 184 points a game. So, special teams. Let me look. They're about even on special teams. Real close on points scored. But it's that defense that you can tell is where the real difference is. You got 26 more points allowed by the Lions. So, this thing's going to end up taking on... If CJ can get back, and before, let's say we end up playing the Lions, all right? Well, I said we, but the Niners end up playing the Lions, in the playoffs, if CJ can come back, I don't know how many of you can't wait, Bart Scott voice, can't wait to see these two on the field at the same time. Probably nothing would happen, but it would be very interesting to see what happens because I like the Lions. I mean, hard nose, identity of their coach. I love Dan Campbell. I love Dan. He's a total badass. Total badass, alpha male, doesn't give a rat's F who he makes mad. He's ready to, what is he, eat kneecaps and burn down bridges or something. I can't remember all what he said, but this team has got the identity of their coach. It could be a very good game. I mean, it's going to be, if they meet in the playoffs, it's going to be must-see TV. It really is. This is not your previous Lions squad, folks. This is a real potential Super Bowl team. So's the Niners. So I can't wait. I bet you guys can't wait. But he said, quit playing. You're a running back. You're not even worth being on the field as a receiver. Deebo's got some skills at receiver. He does. But I would like to see a return to form. All right, last year was way down. I know he was injured a few games, but still, he wasn't coming close last year to that year before where he had 18 receiving yards a game, and then last year it was like 10.5. That's a drop-off, you know? So that's the fear. Now, it should be noted, you know, we cover the Patriots a lot. Patriots tried to trade for Deebo. They did. That's the one guy I could say Belichick actually went after that he probably should have went after. He didn't get him, thank God. I think he almost got him, though. I think John Lynch and Kyle almost traded Deebo. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.